Hello, and once again, we are live with the Modern Mystery School UK EU podcast and YouTube channel. And today we are joined by the lovely Lucy. Lucy, how are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, I am very excited because we're going to chat about Healers Academy. And for those people that don't know what Healers Academy is, Healers Academy in the Mystery School is that second step initiation where you go for 5 days and you come out with these amazing tools, life activation, aura healing, max med. But you also have a second step initiation. You also receive a lot of healing and a lot of other different things. So, but why did you want to go to Healers Academy? What made you want to go to Healers Academy in the first place? And then what did you experience when you got there? Was it everything you thought or not?
Well, I just had such an incredible experience doing Empower Thyself that I absolutely just wanted to do what I was guided to do as the next thing. And I was like, great. So I turned up to Healers Academy with no expectation, but what I gained from Healers Academy was the ability to know myself through serving other people. So it really made sense to me, kind of the path of progression of the service to self, service to others, service to God. But being able to do a life activation is an incredible tool. So for me, the experience of being like someone had done this life activation for me and being able to learn how to do that for somebody else was amazing. And even on my trip home, I was driving across the country and I just started life activating people on my on my way back, and I immediately started to see just the effects in my family and my friends, and I was thrilled. But the experience in being in the class itself was incredible. I just felt like it was a 5-day healing, like it just sitting in the energy. It was such a reverent and beautiful energy to be in. I was just completely blown away.
So tell us a little bit more about that. So you're going in because some people might be sitting at home and they might be a little bit nervous to go or because they don't know what to expect. Can you share a little bit about how you felt in there and maybe about the people in the panel and a little bit about that, just so viewers out there might think, oh yeah, I might give that a go. Or
Sure. The panel who taught Healers Academy was so inspiring, and the reverence that they carried for this work, just it puts you so much into your heart. I think that was the experience that I had, was just watching people who carried this reverence within them and can pass that reverence on to you to do holy work for other people. So for me, I had never had any experience before in any type of metaphysical training, and like learning a modality. You're learning a modality that you're going to then use. And I was kind of nervous because I was like, it's only 5 days. Like, how am I going to learn this in just 5 days? And there's something, I don't know if it's time stretching in those 5 days, but it feels like 5 years. And by the end of it, you just feel really confident and inspired to go do it. So, yeah, it was wonderful.
and who would you say that Healers Academy is for? Is it just for people that want healing, or is it just for people that want a spiritual modality, or is it for everyone? What do you feel?
Well, I think the one thing that I now, after having done life activations for many years, is I see that it can complement so many different professions. So even if you're, and this is kind of a long shot, but even if you're in corporate and you're working with people and you want to have like this expansion of like concepts or the things that you want to bring in, you can recommend for people to be life activated, because there's just this opening that happens in your mind. And there's I was speaking with a client recently who is in leadership in their company, and they just were like, even if you're in a professional environment, you're really showing up. You can't really hide the things that aren't healed. So if we can all focus on the healing part, we can show up in an actually professional way because we're not bringing all of the baggage that we have to the table, whether we're conscious of it or not. So that was something that really struck me. And now that I'm working with more people in business, I've really noticed just how they're able to handle their team in a new way. So I really feel like life activation is for anyone. We all go through life, and there's a lot of, just by being on this planet, there's a lot of experiences we go through. And when I'm working with men, one of the things that I've learned recently is like, why don't you just try it? Because healing sometimes can be a word where people are like, well, I don't need to be, like, I'm fine, like, I don't need any healing. But when we just talk about what they're going through, I'm like, well, why don't you just try this and see how it is for you? And the results to that, they've been really thriving in their different businesses. Has been,
Yeah.
That for me has been really eye-opening, just to see how far.
Yes, I 100% agree. And those are really great points, is that, it doesn't matter what industry, what profession, what background, having the life activation is great. And what I would say is coming to Healers Academy then is going to help you help the people around you, because they wouldn't necessarily go to maybe a healer or something. But I know for my family and some of my friends, they've had it because, I offer it, and the transformation has been there. And so I would definitely recommend, if people are looking for something for themselves, but then also in those moments where people are struggling and they want something to offer, it's a win-win. You've got both, so if you attend Healers Academy, you've gone into that self-healing, but also then come out with something that can support other people. So yeah, I agree. That's a really great way to look at it. And you're right, just trying it.
What do you have to
lose? What have you got to lose? Nothing at all. So tell me a little bit about now. We don't have much time, but I would really be interested to find out, has your life changed since you went to Healers Academy, or did it just stay the same?
My life completely changed after going to Healers Academy. Even initiation, just first step initiation, it put me on a different trajectory. But Healers Academy allows you to bridge that gap of, knowing yourself, and then how do you want to serve and connect to the greater world. And so I really felt like it was that bridge for me for finding what I really wanted to do. And I think it's one of those things that, like, once you actually get to, because the process is so holy, and you get to go through this experience of helping a soul and like be filled up with so much light and have so much understanding for themselves, that experience, the energy that you experience through being able to do that for another person, is the best experience I've ever had in my life. So it absolutely it redirected me to where I wanted to go. But I'd always been looking for, how can I be of the most service? I had always been looking for that answer. Like, I have this one life. I want to do the best that I can with this life that I've been given. So what is that thing? So I was actually always really looking for that thing. And I had found many things that I was like, this is kind of it. Like, I can tell this is kind of the right direction. But it was actually a huge relief for me going to Healers Academy, because I was like, oh, yeah, this is it. This is what I want to do for forever.
Oh, that's so lovely. Thank you so much for sharing your experience about Healers Academy. And I know that's going to be inspiring to others, and, for them to step forward. So thank you so much. And if you do want to have a life activation, then you can get in touch with Lucy or myself. And if we can't do it for you, we will put you in touch with one of our colleagues, who we have many all over the world, who will be able to do that for you. Because as you can hear, both Lucy and I are very passionate about the life activation, and we do believe it's for everybody that wants change and healing and joy and laughter and love and compassion. Then yeah, just give it a whirl, and you'll be able to have a direct experience. So thank you, Lucy. Thank you so much for sharing, and hopefully we'll get you back on the show again soon.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Good night, everyone.